used to mock them because mock the Muslims because they have not adopted Jerusalem. They have adopted Jerusalem as their own qibla, their qibla, and they don't have their own qibla. And they also used to share some religious rites like Ashura, and they say that the Prophet added Tasua, that is to differentiate them from the Jews. Then the Jews continued to believe that they were the people who God has specially chosen, where the Prophet, peace be upon him, will always assert that his prophethood was the only possible basis and means of unity. So obviously the Jews expected first the Prophet to come from their own, and that the Prophet he will always tell them that his prophethood is the means or the basis of the essence of unity, and the Jews were always against that, so that the relations between the Prophet and the Jews continued to worsen. So it became worse as they continue living together. So that's why it's changed, the Prophet's attitude towards the Jews. So let's look at now the hypocrisy. The Prophet, peace be upon him, and the hypocrites. So we said hypocrites, these were the people of Medina who in court believed in the Prophet but yet not in their hearts. So they used to form allies or to go against the Muslims' interests and join hands with the Quraysh to make sure that they hurt the Muslims, and the hypocrites were led by Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul. So we are saying the opposition faced by the Prophet, peace be upon him, at Mecca was quite fierce and intense but equally open. So at Mecca it was a terrible one. Okay, the opposition from the Quraysh, it was terrible, but it was an open one. They were openly showing the Muslims that they are not following, they don't agree with what they are doing, and they don't accept the Prophet as a messenger from Allah. But at Medina, the situation was different. Why? He faced with the enemy in disguise, meaning that the hypocrite who had apparently accepted the faith but were enemies of Islam from the core of their heart. So deep inside, when he migrated in Mecca, they were openly showing the Prophet that they don't they're not accepting him, nor that they accept his mission. But that is openly. But when he migrated to Medina, now he faced these hypocrites, and they believed in the faith, but deep inside they were the enemies of the Muslim or Islam. Then the Quran gives a description of the hypocrite as the munafiqin in details, mentioning them as those whose heart is diseased. That is in chapter 5, verse 51. Then, on about the arrival of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, in Medina, Abdullah bin Ubay, that is Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul, he belonged to the Khazraji tribe, had gained prominence. He strongly wished to become the chief of the Madinite politics with the help of the Jewish allies. So, before the migration of the Holy Prophet, Abdullah bin Ubay bin Salul was promised to be the chief of Medina, and he wanted to form allies with that is the Jews who were living in Medina. But after the migration of the Prophet now became the leader of Medina, so he was so frustrated and angered about it. So he was therefore greatly perturbed over the arrival and subsequent rise of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So he was greatly frustrated. over the arrival of the Prophet and the rise of the Prophet, peace be upon him, in Medina. So he became the leading and the most important among the hypocrites, who in his nefarious, that is wicked, sinful design, that is the plan against the Holy Prophet, supported him. So he became with the enemies. So he became an important person to the enemies of the Prophet. And because he had plans, wicked plans, he came up with wicked plans, sinful plans, that is against the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and the Muslims in Medina, because we know that he also supported the Quraysh and also used to inform the Quraysh about the information of the Muslims in Medina. So that's all about the Prophet, why the Prophet changed his attitude towards the Jews, and also the hypocrisy in Medina, which will continue from our next lesson, inshallah. So if you have any question, you can ask me in the Google Classroom or the WhatsApp group. Otherwise, thank you and have a lovely day.